It's been 50 years since Atari came out?
50 years ago, on June 27th, 1972, they registered as a company and started to, try for the first time to see if there was an industry, a business for video games, because at that time it was just pinball machines and billiard tables. So to celebrate, but also to really recognize that legacy, they've released this. It's not quite a game in that it's more of an interactive history timeline. You load it up, it'll take you through all these different big moments throughout the history, the 50 years of Atari. Not just the games that were released, but you can see the promotional material, you can see video clips in terms of news stories that were done at the time, as well as interviews with a lot of the programmers. What I like is that it's a very honest collection in terms of trying to conserve the legacy. They're not picking the best games. They're giving you all warts and everything, as well as telling stories that you would expect most companies would try to hide and be embarrassed about. So, for example, we're going to play a clip here. It's from their little video documentary where they detail the drug culture of those who worked at Atari, who did dabble in a lot of recreational drugs. So here you go. This is Howard Scott Warshaw, who was a game programmer.
Drugs were consumed at Atari by all kinds of people at all levels of management, from the bottom to the top and all over engineering. Not everybody did drugs. Drugs, there was a lot of marijuana, and it was participated a lot in brainstormings. So we had the way of, trying to incorporate drugs into our productivity model.
Why am I not surprised? That's great. That sounds really interesting. So that's $50.
$50, yes.
And readily available? Mm-hmm.
And readily available and worth downloading because it's giving you both good experiences as strange experiences. There's a game in there I'd never heard of called Fire Truck, and you just have to drive a fire truck. And because the fire truck has the back end is so ungainly with all the ladders and stuff, it becomes this weird kind of screeching game that you're going to play. And that's it. And then there's another one called Swoop, which is just a ball bouncing through a corridor. And that one I actually quite enjoyed. But there are others that you'll probably play a couple times and never try again because they're so strange. It's so weird. Kind of makes sense that, the whole drug thing.
It certainly does. It certainly does.